feat that you have to invest in. There's nothing here to pick, right? Like, I didn't even get a hint that they exist.
Hey everyone, welcome to GameGorgon. My name's Indigo.
And I'm Krug.
And today we're going to be talking about the Ranger from the Pathfinder 2nd Edition playtest.
If you've watched our previous Ranger video...
If you haven't, don't.
Is that surprising to hear from content creators? I have a prepared statement for those of you who have watched the Ranger video. We were wrong about the Ranger, and I'm actually very happy about that. Like I said in our previous Ranger video, I still think the blog post didn't do the Ranger justice, but that having been said, the actual class definitely does the idea of being a Ranger justice. Thank you for making us look stupid, Paizo. I literally wouldn't have it any other way. We've been GameGorgon. We'll see you guys next time.
Let's get into what the Ranger is good at. Well, yeah. First of all, that's its dexterity. You're gonna be able to stealth, you're gonna be able to get around, you're gonna be great at range. You already are starting off with a pretty good advantage in both skills as well as damage.
You have the third highest base skill training in the game at level 1, which is 6 plus int. The only classes that have you beat out are the Bard with 7 and the Rogue with... You're gonna have to watch the video on Friday to find that out. Boom! Now we're back into YouTube content creator mode.
If we get 100 likes, we're gonna release the Ranger Rogue video.
Nope, we're gonna do it regardless of the number of likes.
But I mean, if you want to give us 100 likes
or 1,000 likes,
I'm not gonna tell you
as
no.
many likes. There's no limit to the number of likes. It's just as many as you want. Where does the class fail? That's sort of difficult for me. This class doesn't really scale off of its ability modifiers in any specific way. Like, it doesn't have a key point pool that scales off of wisdom or a resonant point pool that's really important to its class mechanics like the alchemist. A lot of the way that your character scales is just in your skills and your damage and stuff like that. Since you're very skill heavy, not the most skill heavy, but very skill heavy, and you don't really have a lot of reliance for your features on ability modifiers, it's just kind of up to you at that point. Whatever you, as a player, want to kind of focus on, you can do that, and you'll probably get some value out of it. You start off as expert in every saving throw, expert in perception. You can't really go wrong. Like, it's difficult to find a place to not focus because you're such a good all-around character.
I don't think that's a bad thing either. You know what I mean?
No,
like
that amount of versatility is awesome.
I'm having a distinct issue picking stats that are less adequate than others for most of the class.
And I think that's a huge selling point for it, is like, no matter what your thought is, there's probably room for it. There's a little bit of not room there. Like, you're not gonna do a superstitious barbarian that's also part wizard.
I'm just talking about the lower end stat, the stat you're gonna spend the least amount of attention to. Oh yes, I'm a barbarian and I'm gonna put strength, right? But you're like, my low one, wisdom, intelligence, charisma, like there's a lot of like internal argument.
You notice that we stopped using the term dump stat. You're welcome. What do you guys think the Ranger's lowest priority stat is? Let us know in the comments and then tell us why, because if you just write charisma, it's a boring comment.
What else does the Ranger get? Well, I mean, legendary perception. It's such an important skill across the board. It's basically your initiative, how you determine all stealth. It's like investigation, not investigation, it's, well, that's about it, isn't it?
Those are things that campaigns lean on most of the time. At the same time, you also become legendary at reflex saving throws, something that happens a lot. I'd say the amount of times you take AoE damage and need to make a reflex saving throw versus the number of times somebody tries to take control of your mind is like early to mid game, day and night. So snares are what we're gonna talk about next, and snares is something that we were kind of a little underwhelmed by in the last discussion. Given the number of feats that you get as a Ranger, I think it's actually a little bit better than we were leading on before. That having been said, they aren't very strong. You, for one, get so many feats that speccing into it's probably not gonna have a huge opportunity cost at some point. And two, they're specifically designed to be annoying and not game-changing. And there are very useful ones, like an alarm that you can hear from between 100 and 500 feet away, and you, at the time of making the snare, get to decide how far away you can hear it. That kind of thing is pretty cool and pretty useful. But I think early game they're pretty good, and mid game they're probably all right. But after that, like, I don't see the point. Like, investing the points in something with your weapon or something with your animal companion or stealth Those, I think, would be a lot better.
So we were really underwhelmed when we originally saw it. Would you say that you're now whelmed?
I'm adequately whelmed.
I just don't understand why Paizo felt that that was something that they should focus on in the blog post.
Yeah.
Reading the blog post and then reading the comments, not only just in our videos, but like on their stuff, it was just like, you ruined the Ranger.
I think most people that have been keeping up with all the blog posts were like, this isn't the blog post you should have written, as opposed to you ruined the Ranger, because they know, one, this is a playtest, two, this isn't even close to all of what the Ranger is going to be. Somebody that hasn't been keeping up with all of it and just goes in and reads the Ranger is like, oh, well, this is ruining the Ranger, because now they have this kind of like unfortunately flavored opinion of what's happening, and that wasn't really what was happening the whole time. I think we did a good job at explaining that in our previous video, that like, this isn't the Ranger, but you guys didn't hype hard enough. That didn't fit the class fantasy.
Yeah.
And that's something that we're saying a bunch, but I think that's a really fucking important part of this.
You're also going to be getting pretty good at stealth. Stealth as a whole is very important for the class.
Yeah. Stealth is good, and not only are you good at stealth, but you're really good at not getting snuck up on. I'd say you're like high mid tier when it comes to stealth. I'd say you're top tier when it comes to perception and when it comes to feats based on perception. Not being able to get snuck up on while you're way in the back shooting arrows at the enemy, that's really valuable. Animal Companion's really strong.
Yeah.
The rules are like there now. The rules are very defined, well defined, making the companion useful over time, and they support making the companion feel like it's actually a part of the party, like it has its own set of characteristics that improve over time. It feels like you're controlling another character. It's considered your minion, which is a trait in the game. So you get to give it 2 actions at the cost of one of yours, so it can like move and attack or something.
Sure.
You can also give it specializations, which I think is the key thing for the Animal Companion. The specializations make the Animal Companion play the way that you would want it to play.
First of all, I think it's probably one of the strongest builds out of all of them.
Yeah,
like
the strongest builds I think will include that for sure.
Yeah, like I think there's some aspect of that as well as a Ranger. All I'm saying is when I finally build my Ranger, because I do plan on building a Ranger, I'm going to get a bear and I'm going to name her Misha.
Yes!
Friends forever, we're gonna be friends forever.
Heroes of the Storm.
World of Warcraft. Like we said in the very beginning, we were way off.
Yeah, our expectations were destroyed.
Yes, like we were very, very happy about that too.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to building a Ranger. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of the skills and a lot of the feat. The snares are just...
I want to play with them.
Yeah, I want to play with them. I just feel that it's just, like, even with a lot of choices, you still have better choices.
Yeah. Anyways, let us know what you guys think of the Ranger down in the comments. While you're down there, like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell icon if you want to be notified whenever we post any new content on our channel. We've been GameGorgon. I'm Krug. I'm Krug. You can talk to me at KrugQT on Twitter.
You can talk to me on Twitter at IndigoQT. You can talk to both of us at the same time at _QueueTimes on Twitter. Or you can head over to Instagram and see some photos that we post of back behind the scenes at QueueTimes.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I...
See you later.
Bye.